Okay, we're on Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Chapter 5. If you have not been reading along with us, grab a copy of the book, spend your $16 or whatever it is, and maybe go back to Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and watch this video as we chat about Chapter 5. This isn't a chapter summary. This is us brainstorming with you who've hopefully watched it. Some of the things that jumped out. Pass it over to Chris and Zach.
Absolutely. Oh, that was a little flipper there to get it over to me. I like that. Hey, guys. Interesting chapter. Something that stuck out to me is when he's talking about, he's reiterating that it's not your eyes that see a good deal, it's your mind that sees the good deal. And I think that's something that we all know, but we might not think about too often, right? Because if you don't know what to look for a good deal, then how do you know what it is? He's got a good example. He talks about cash flow. It's a board game that that Robert has made. And it talks about the way that money kind of trades hands and this kind of stuff, and really opens up your eyes to what these examples could be. He uses foreclosure as one of the things that sticks out to me. And the way that he describes foreclosures is like there's some judge just standing on the courtroom stairs handing out titles. Like, hey, here's your title. Here's your title. Come and get it. There's a little bit more involved than that, than just grabbing a title. And if you guys would like to talk about that with any of us, we're more than happy to have a conversation about what a foreclosure looks like and all the moving parts on that. And I thought that was an interesting takeaway, putting in a little bit and getting a lot out of it at the end. Very cool. Yeah. Over to you, Zach. What are you thinking, man? I'll try not to grab the camera.
We're all good here. Hey, I mean, one of the great things about all of us reading is we're all different, so we pick up different stuff out of each chapter. My big takeaway was when he talks about how self-doubt and lack of self-confidence hold people way more than just lack of information. His argument is that it's not the smart people that get ahead, it's the bold. And that by trying to avoid failure, you end up also avoiding success because bumps along the road are just all part of it. Hey, Aaron, what did you like in that chapter?
I just want to point out, if somebody's never watched any of these videos and you're just randomly on this one, this isn't about how can we get as rich as possible. This is about controlling your time, which we all agreed in the intro video to this whole series that we're putting together here, that time is wealth. So it's about having control over your time. And I like, they've looked back saying that land was wealth 300 years ago. So the landowner was the one who had the wealth. Then it turned into factories and production. There was the industrialists owned the wealth, and America rose to dominance. But now he stresses how excited he is because information and the speed of information, we're all connected with the internet and all this stuff globally. The speed of information is wealth. And that opens up so many new doors that we've never been in this before, and it's not going anywhere. So I found that super interesting. And I also like that he talked about, as Chris said, cash flow, the board game. If you haven't played it, basically you get a card. Here's your income, here are your expenses. He talks about a doodad card. Someone gets given a boat. At first, the person was excited. Oh yeah, I got a boat, sweet, that's cool. And then they started looking at it and all the expenses, and it made it harder to get out of the inner circle to the outer circle. And the outer circle is called the fast track, where your income, your residual income, covers your life expenses. And now you're out of the rat race, which is the inner circle, and you're on the fast track, the outside. So it's an amazing game if you haven't played it.
You can play it online now.
You can play it online, that's right. What did they say, richdad.com or something like that? Cool. Yeah, richdad.com. You can play it right there. So it's worthwhile checking out. I've only played it once, but I get the idea. It was years back, and a useful thing. Any final thoughts? Takeaways?
Yeah, no, for sure. Just one that really did stick out to me. He's talking about what is your biggest wealth and what's your biggest risk. And he says, what you know is your greatest wealth, and what you don't know is your greatest risk. And I think that that's absolutely valid and a great point. So learning as much as you can and absorbing as much as you can is going to give you an edge. Final thoughts there, Zach?
Yeah, my final thought is I love his description of what financial intelligence is. To him, financial intelligence is just having more options. And I was trying to break it down in a way that maybe would make it more relatable. And like for me, anyone that knows me knows that if I get near a kitchen and I try to follow a recipe, if it comes to baking, it's going to fail. But my wife, like, if I get in and there's no oil left over, I'm like, well, I guess that's it. We're just not making banana bread. Seriously.
Yeah,
but she's like, oh no, you can put in a half a cup of applesauce, and I'm like, right? The same thing applies to money. Like, it's financial intelligence is just looking and knowing that you can create money in a way that you don't have to go and trade your time for it. And I mean, that's the goal for all of us, I think, here. Aaron, cool. Final thought?
Sweet. Ashley, you want to say anything?
Yeah, the one thing
in the background, or you actually want this?
I'm good with the background. I'll say the background.
No, I'm listening.
Where he says sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but just have fun and don't be afraid of losing, because failure is part of the process of success. So sometimes it will suck. It's not all gonna be winner, 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 but just enjoy it, I guess.
I like it. Enjoy it and keep going. Have fun with it. That's true, because some people, I think that's a hugely important point. Some people will fail and say, that's it. I tried this, failed, and I'm out. That's anything in life. You gotta just keep on rocking. Okay, so that's chapter 5. We have 4 more chapters to go. So I guess we'll be finishing this up sometime in January, and then we'll put them all in one playlist, and we'll have that as a resource. Hopefully we can share with folks. Have a great day. Signing off.
See you guys.